Welcome to today's Pranayama tutorial. Prana meaning breath or life force energy, Yama meaning control or restraint. I'm Em from MK Yoga, and this particular breath technique is called the Yogic Breath or the 3-part breath. And it is exactly that, a nice simple breath with 3 parts. So the easiest way to drop into this breath, relax into this breath, is to come down onto your back and get comfortable lying down. So you can have your legs stretched out long, if that is okay for your lower back. Or you could even have a bolster or some cushions underneath your knees to support. Otherwise, feet to the floor is absolutely fine. You can even let the feet come out a little wider and maybe let the knees rest in against each other. So take a moment to find what is comfortable for you. I want you to lift your head and just reach the top of your head towards the top of your mat. Lengthen out the neck and place it back down again. Then let's bring the left hand onto the very lower part of your belly. So right at the bottom there, just above where your pubic bone is. Let your elbow and your shoulder relax down. The right hand is going to come just above your belly button, just in that nice squishy part between the lower ribs. And again, let the shoulders and elbows relax down so there's no tension. And close your eyes. Make sure there's no pain or pinching in the lower back. And if you need a blanket or socks or a hat or anything to make sure that you are nice and warm throughout this session, let's go and grab that now. So we're going to break this breath down into its 3 parts and then join them all together. The first piece, and this is often the most difficult piece to access, is the breath down into the lower belly. So where your left hand is, we want to try and take the inhale all the way down to that left hand. So let's have a little go at breathing in, and seeing if we can reach the very pit of the belly. Maybe you'll feel that left hand rise a little bit, and then feel the left hand fall as you exhale. So just keep going like that, inhaling in through your nose and expanding into that lower belly and exhaling to allow it to soften again. Keeping the breath nice and gentle and soft. We're not sort of straining or grasping at the breath. This piece is probably the most subtle as well, so the movement that you get in this part of your body when you breathe is not going to be as extreme as the other 2 pieces, the other 2 parts. So let's spend a few more moments connecting to this space, visualizing this lower belly, and visualizing the breath entering, lower belly expanding and softening. Beautiful. The next piece of this breath is where your right hand is. So the center of your abdomen, just above your belly button. You could call it the lower part of your chest or maybe the upper part of your belly. So now let's see if we can breathe into this space. So inhaling through the nose, breathing into your right hand now, filling up fully and exhaling softly. Feeling that space underneath your right hand rising and falling as the air flows in and out. And just make sure that you haven't clenched up or tensed up anywhere else in your body. So check in with your jaw and your face and your neck. Keep everything soft. Good, a couple more breaths into this space where the diaphragm sits. Breathing into that right hand. Pressing the right hand towards the ceiling with each inhale. And allowing that right hand to move back down towards your spine as you exhale. Good. Now let's add the first two pieces together. So in the first part of your inhale, you're going to breathe into the left hand, that lowest base part of your body. And on the second part of your inhale, that breath will move up to where your right hand is. So let's have a go. Inhaling into your left hand first, allowing that space to expand. When it's full, breathe up into where that right hand is, into the diaphragm. As you exhale, we empty out top to bottom. So let the right hand fall first, emptying out the midsection, and then the left hand last, emptying out from the lower belly. Again, breathe in lower belly. Breathe in mid belly. Exhale mid belly first. Lower belly second. Good, again. Lower belly. Finishing off that inhale, the mid belly. And starting that exhale from the mid belly. And finishing it in the lower belly. One more time. Beautiful. Let's add the third and final piece. So this is the chest area. This is the area where we will tend to kind of default breathe, and it's the easiest area to access. So we're talking upper ribs, chest, collarbones, all the way up to the throat, okay? So we don't have our hand there, but like I said, this area is much easier to connect to. So let's just practice a couple of breaths just into your chest space. So we're isolating that upper portion, okay? So try to keep the belly still. And you're breathing up into your chest. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Inhaling, chest rises. Exhaling, chest falls. Good, and just do a few more like that. Good, remembering to fully relax on that exhale, emptying out all of the air before you start again. Finishing off your last chest breath. And just allow yourself to breathe normally for a moment. Then we'll tie all of our three sections together. So the way this is going to go is we work from the bottom up on the inhale and from the top down on the exhale. Okay, so let's give it a go. Make sure your hands are still in spot 1 and spot 2. Then taking your first breath in, breathing into the lower belly, the mid belly, and coming all the way up into the chest, the collarbones, the throat, reaching the top of that breath in, then emptying out from the chest first, mid belly, lower belly. Good, again, breathing in, lower belly, mid belly, chest, shoulders, collarbones, emptying out from the chest first. Allow the chest to soften. Then the midsection. Then the lower section. Good. Keep going like this. It might be a little disjointed to begin with, But what we're aiming to achieve is this kind of wave of breath that rolls in from the belly all the way up, and then that wave of breath rolls out again. So it's nice and smooth and continuous. So if it helps, you can imagine that wave moving with the breath. Wave rolls in as you breathe in, moving up the spine, up the front of your body. And the wave rolls out, moving down the spine, moving down the body as you relax. Beautiful. Let's do 5 more like this together. I'm going to stay nice and quiet so you can really zone in. If you're really not sure what's happening, you're welcome to just take a look at my body. I'm going to try and kind of over-exaggerate so you can actually see and watch the breath move in my body. Beautiful. So finishing off that last round. Then you can release the technique, keep your eyes closed for a moment, and just notice if you feel any changes or shifts or sensations in your body. So that is a super simple, easily accessible breath technique, pranayama practice that you can drop into anytime, anywhere. You can bring yourself up when you're ready. The beauty of these breathing techniques is that you can do it anywhere. You can do it sitting on a bus, sitting in your car on the way to work. You could even be doing it as you're sitting in a meeting or at work. It's something that you are always going to have the ability to use because it is a tool that exists in you already, and it's just about learning how to harness and utilize that. So I hope that has made sense for you and that you will have a go at practicing that outside of our sessions together. And I look forward very much to seeing you again soon. Thank you.